Hi friends, welcome back to your channel. Sales is always fun. Well, we are getting to the second episode of Don'ts in Sales. Just trying to see how to avoid the common mistake we as sales professionals make. In this episode, we'll be looking at things that we need to take care of before we step into the customer place. First thing is that the attitude, because many of us are in sales by chance and not by choice. So what happens is that we are here in sales just because we had no other options and it is paying my bills. You may not be enjoying the selling part of it, but you are there forcefully, which I think will not take in the long run. The simple reason is sales, like in politics, you need to have a different kind of a mindset. And your attitude, as Zigzagler said, will determine your altitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. Unless you have the right attitude to sales, you will find it difficult to survive. In some B2C selling, where there is a lot of transactions, you could survive for some time. But if you are not going to enjoy the sales, you would find the going very difficult very soon. Especially if you're in B2B, you will find the going tough very, very soon. Another thing is that if you have an attitude that I don't like rejections, then probably sales is definitely not your cup of coffee. Because this is one profession where we would have lot of rejections at various times during this sales cycle. So unless you are okay to have rejections, you are okay to take rejections, sales, you will find it difficult to be there in the game. Another thing is that being in sales, we would have a lot of pressure. And many of us tend to do something which is not very ethical, not right, is that we go and tend to dump on some customer who may not be the right customer for your product, just to meet our numbers. And this could backfire in the short run and in the long run, because customer, after he has procured, he finds things are not the way he wanted. Probably, yes, he can put you in a lot of troubles. So avoid trying to sell your product or service to a wrong customer. And before you walk into the customer place, you should have full trust on the product that you are offering, product or service that you are offering. You should have full trust on your offering to the customer. If you don't have that, at the customer place, you would not be confident when you are speaking, and there's every chance that the deal could slip out of your hand. So you got to be confident about your product, about your offering, and that will reflect in the way you talk to the customer. Another big mistake that we make in sale is you go on a sales call, the customer eats your head off, and you walk into the next customer with the same bad mood. You could spoil the relationship with that customer also. So before you walk into a customer place, just cool off your head. Ensure that you are back to normal. Do whatever is required. Take some deep breaths. All that, do it. And ensure when you walk into the customer place, you have a cool head. If not, you could spoil your relationship with the customer and spoil the deal. Now, we will look into certain things which we should be very careful about, because when you approach the customer, you need to take care of these. And these, if not taken care, could badly impact your first impression with the customer. In the previous episode on first impression, we had seen what we need to do. Now we will see what are the things we should not be doing, which we need to take care of. Now, as you walk into the customer place, the few things he notices is 1, your hair, 2, your face, 3, your clothes, and 4 is your shoes. At a distance, these are the 4 things that customer watches. And 5, of course, how you walk to him, how confident you are. So let's look at all the 5. First, he looks at your hair. Now, needless to say, you got to have your hair combed. Not just your hair. Even if you have beard, you got to ensure that it is well maintained, and you got to be very careful to ensure there are no hairs protruding out of your nose or out of your ears, and similarly your eyebrows, because these are things which could turn off the customer. So, and also when it comes to hair, on your arms and below your knee, if in case you're for women who are wearing skirt and going, it is preferred that there are no much of hairs there. Especially men, if you wear half sleeve, ensure that your arms are not very hairy, because that could be a little bit of turn off for many customers. And that is with respect to hair. Now let's look at the face. 1, please avoid too much of makeup. That could turn off many customers. Also, avoid too many jewelry. This too could be a major turnoff for many customers. When it comes to your clothing, cloth, a lot of debate, but let's make it very simple. Cloth has to be very comfortable to you. It should be something which people can see and appreciate. Avoid wrinkles on your cloth. Don't wear something which is too tight. You're not going to show that you're a bodybuilder or things like that. Don't wear dress that is very loose, because that could turn off many customers. And also ensure that your inner wear remains inner only and it is not shown outside. But This is when it comes to clothing, please take care of it. The next the customer notices is your shoes. Ensure that your shoes are tidy, clean, they are not soggy, avoid high heels, and when it comes to shoes and belt, make sure they are of the same color and both are well maintained. What's good for the shoe is also good for the belt. So this is what the customer first watches in you. When you approach closer to the customer, ensure that there is no bad smell coming out of you. Ensure especially for people who when they smile and talk, the teeth is visible, please ensure they are very clean. 2, after your food, when you walk to a customer, ensure there are no green leaves sticking onto your teeth or things food protruding out of your teeth. Please take care of all this. These may look very simple, but these can turn off your customer very badly. Now another thing which is that ensure there is no foul smell coming out of your mouth, because this foul smell has to be avoided. And this could also happen because some of us go to the customer after a cigarette, or many of us have to have a drink liquor before you walk into the customer place. These are things which have to be avoided, because when you walk into the customer place, in case he's in an AC room, you may not feel it, but the customer will feel it heavily and it could be a big turn off. Similarly, when it comes to your arms, be very careful, use a good quality deodorant, because the odor coming out of your shoulder is something which you may not realize, but people around you would notice it. So ensure that there's no odor coming out. Use mild deodorants and never ever use very heavy smelling perfumes. Never ever use perfumes that have a very strong odor, because many of us have that if I smell good, customer will like. Sorry, the answer is no. This can be a big turn off with customers, because not every customer enjoy every perfume. So use something mild, ensure there is no bad odor coming out of from your shoulders or from any part of your body. So just take care of that with your deodorant. Now some of the other things that we need to take care is, 1, the pen that we carry with us. Ensure you don't carry a cheap pen which is very economical. That could probably give a bad reflection about you to the customer, because what you carry is your reflection. So always ensure that you carry a decent or a premium pen in your pocket. That reflects about you. Another thing that many of us are a little careless about is your nails. You have long, dirty nails. Even if it is short and dirty nails can be a big turn off, because the moment you shake hands, show your palms to your customer, he sees it's dirty, it can be a big turn off. And many of us who sweat a lot by nature, with the wet palms, I would suggest avoid giving shake hand to customer. Probably you can greet him with a namaste or with a high five, because your wet palms can again turn off the customer. Another big no is exhibiting tattoos on your body. Not every customer will like the tattoos that you show. It could be anybody's name or any design or whatever it is. To many customers, it could mean that you're mischievous or naughty. They may not look at you in the right light. So it is better to ensure that you don't put tattoos such a way the customer sees it. And another habit that many of us have is chewing bubblegum. With our friends, when you chew bubblegum, walk around, it's a cool thing, but not so with a customer. So ensure when you walk into the customer place, the bubblegum is either spitted out or hit somewhere behind. It never ever comes out when you are in the customer place. So bubblegum is another big no. And another thing we need to avoid is fidgeting, especially women who have a tendency to play with the hair, or some of us may start playing with the pen by just clicking it or tapping on the hand on the table, chair. These are habits which have gone into us without our knowledge, so you need to be very careful. Don't fidget with anything in front of the customer. Be cautious about it. And one last thing that you need to be very careful is never ever flirt with the customer. I repeat, never ever flirt with the customer. Whatever be the customer's reaction to you, you got to remain a professional. When it comes to sales, maintain the professional relationship only. So take care of these few things. Happy selling till we meet again in the next episode, where we will be talking of some of the psychological tricks that we as sales professionals can use. It will be a very interesting episode. If you can practice it, you can put it to use, you can succeed in life and in sales. Well, if you have to be notified about it, please click the subscription button and the bell button below so that the notification will come to you. Till then, thank you. Bye.